I did make a video about the Billy Mitchell situation, and it's caused some people to be a little, I guess, not sassy in the comments, but a little, I guess, well, exactly, blah, 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 in the comments, which he didn't get reinstated and blah, 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 blah. What happened is that today, basically, Billy Mitchell, I guess, like after he had, I don't know how many of you guys have been following the whole legal stuff with Billy Mitchell and Twin Galaxies. Like, have y'all been paying attention to all that? I hadn't really put like any kind of like videos out there or any opinion out there until today because of the whole news today. You know, I just hadn't really put my opinion on. I have met Billy Mitchell. I met Billy Mitchell in 2021 or I think it's 2021. And I think the lawsuit with them or whatever it's been going on is like 2017, 2018. So it's been like a 6-year thing. And I basically haven't really paid attention to it, to be honest. But basically, essentially, what the allegations were is that Billy Mitchell got some scores on arcade hardware that was like manipulated or like. It basically wasn't valid. It was on an arcade cabinet that wasn't valid, and it's just been like a legal process. And then he's in defamation lawsuits with like Carl Jobs, who made a whole bunch of videos about him, and Guinness Book of World Records removed his shit, and then they put it back in. And then today, I think like yesterday or the day before, they settled their lawsuit for some reason. I don't know the details or whatever, but today it was going around that they reinstated it. And when I make videos, I go off of news websites that say stuff. So when you look at my video, I said Billy Mitchell's scores, Donkey Kong scores reinstated, right? And that's because I was looking at news articles like this one from IGN that literally says Billy Mitchell's Donkey Kong records historical reinstated, right? Reinstated. Okay? And there were some other ones out here. Restores, Ars Technica, restores right here, right? There's a few other websites right there that would say like restores, reinstated, things like that. So I was going off of those right there, and then people were like, "Oh, you're making shit up, and you're not being honest, and you're not being accurate. They didn't reinstate it. They put it like in some historical database. Blah 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 blah." It's amazing how huffy the internet gets over fucking words. And then they try to like claim that you're being deceitful and crap when I was just reporting the source. Now there's a whole bunch of like he said she said speculation that Billy Mitchell really lost it and that he's lying about losing the court case and that his scores aren't reinstated and yada yada yada. They're in a historical database that's on the website and they don't count. And that they don't, they're not, I guess, on the record or whatever, right? Who gives a fuck? like I said in my video today, there's bigger first world problems. I think the whole situation with the scores is fucking wild anyway, that it took 6 years to settle out. When you think of like some of the biggest court cases and stuff that are out there that could possibly be going on in our justice system that are still going on and haven't been finished and haven't been as much of a focus as whether somebody cheated in a video game or not. Now, I'm not trying to slander Billy Mitchell or anything like that, so I hope he doesn't fucking try to sue me. But I think there's bigger fucking things to worry about than if somebody cheated in a fucking video game. Matter of fact, I grew up, if you weren't cheating in a fucking video game, you weren't fucking trying, right? All jokes aside, I did witness Billy Mitchell play a video game in person. I saw him play Donkey Kong in person. He was on that cabinet for probably like 4 or 5 hours and still wasn't even close to dying or game overing. He played on a cabinet that was, I guess, approved by the Free Play Arcade. It had a label on it that was like some kind of authenticity type of thing. He was live streaming it, and he had some skills. Whether he played on MAME or whatever, he's 1,000 fucking times better at the fucking video game than I am. I'll say that much. He had some skills. So the whole controversy aside and everything, he was very easy to go up to and talk to. He answered every question that people did when they came up to him. He was asked every single fucking thing that you could think of. He didn't dodge anybody's questions or anything. He was a good fucking guest too, by the way, at Retropalooza. He was like at the head of the line, greeting everybody as they came into the convention. He was very talkative. He helped Jay out with like simple things. It was a definition of when you meet somebody, your impression of them is completely wild and different. And when he talked to me, it wasn't even like about himself. Like you watch like King of Kong and stuff like that, and you think that he's just gonna give you his whole character wrestling promo persona thing. But no, he talked to me for like 15-20 minutes, and he was just asking me about me and my life and personal stuff about me, just sitting there talking to me about me. So he does seem a little Sue happy though. I mean, I would too if I was getting my shit removed and like let's say I had some kind of shit where people were going into like tirades about me and stuff, regardless if there was potential sus and stuff like that, I would be like, what the fuck? Like if I'm getting my world record removed and crap, you're damn right I would do it too. So I don't know. The thing is all these news websites are saying that it was reinstated, and then you get these other people making these YouTube videos saying they weren't reinstated when they're on the website. Technically they're on the website. They're not, I guess, in the official leaderboards, but they're acknowledged. They're acknowledged. They're in a historical database. They removed the thread about Billy Mitchell in the forum, so I guess that's a win. It doesn't have that thread that was all about him in their Twin Galaxies thread, the infamous thread. But it's in there. They're acknowledged. It's in the historical database where, yeah, there's some questionable scores and stuff in there. But, I just find it funny that all these news websites like, IGN, Kotaku, Ars Technica, all these other things could say stuff like, oh, Billy Mitchell's scores are reinstated. But the second a YouTuber does it, it's a fucking problem. Even though I was using that news source as a source. So, I don't know. That's what I find funny about the thing. So, I wanted to kind of talk about that. As far as like the whole court case and legalities and stuff, I kind of loosely watched it from afar. I didn't really follow the Billy Mitchell stuff like to the T. I once in a while would watch when like Tipster would make a video or somebody random would make a video. And when it comes to something like this, it's definitely interesting to see just how hardcore people would really get into this divisive topic. And again, I took the stance of, there's bigger things to worry about in life. But, the whole thing is over with now. Hopefully it's settled. I think he's still in a defamation lawsuit called Jops though. But as far as like the Twin Galaxies thing is, the whole saga is done. They settled it. So who knows what's going to happen.